than you'll ever do with your toothless mouth.
Marcus.
Oh, is that right, Bryce? Did you talk shit about Tony? Is that why everybody keeps bringing up his mixtape?
Dude,
said you talk shit about Tony and his
No, baby girl.
That is not what happened. Watch the reunion. Watched That's not what happened.
Shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Thank you very much.
I'm just saying, that's what
I was not
said.
one of those people at the reunion.
Listen, Bryce, Alfie said you were talking shit about Tony and his remix and all his music.
Okay, well, Alfie was groping everybody at the reunion and was like sexually assaulting people. So, and he was wasting.
Was he really?
Yes, he was.
Was he really groping people?
Alfie groped Danny and Keisha and was like kissing Esperanza's neck. Yeah. And Alfie like broke his leg at the reunion because he was so drunk he kept falling.
Bryce, I'll send you the fucking screenshot to what he said to me. I was like, I'm gonna ask him before I say anything to Tony because.
Oh no, I believe he said it.
Oh,
you made it a thing not to talk about him and Jess because they weren't there.
I literally said, let's not talk about Antonio and Jessica.
Yes, he did.
You weren't even there.
You were there. Alfie, yes, I agree.
And you will see on camera who speaks about it and all of that, because that's the only time you guys are brought up.
Well,
I was annoyed you guys weren't there.
Listen, when you have a child and when shit comes up, granted, we shouldn't have been, I admit we were wrong. We were waiting on taxes, which shouldn't have been done. We should have saved up from the get-go. You're right, Bryce. I admit our wrongs. We should have saved up from the get-go. But every year we've never had an issue. This year it's on fucking review, and now we're struggling to the point where I just paid $1,300 in rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happened. I'm sorry it happened. I'm more than happy to reverse whatever you feel you need to be reimbursed.
We're good. It's fine. But the only thing that ever came up about Antonio's music was because in one of the clips somebody had said on the show, it's aired, that they thought his stuff was a joke. So I said to everybody, what do you think, show of hands, who likes Antonio's music? What do you guys think of his music? That is what was said.
It doesn't matter who likes it. At the end of the day, he's pursuing his dream, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could have sat there.
Every other person in the United States.
What'd you say?
Every other person in the United States with their mixtape.
Okay, every other person with a set of teeth in their mouth, right? Toothless.
I mean, we could have sat there and spent like 30 minutes bashing him at reunion.
Like, you're nothing. Look at you.
Oh, totally a meth head.
Look at you.
You're so cute, fatty.
Oh, I don't care. Call me fat. Call me obese. Whatever you want. I have a man.
So do I. I'm married.
Oh, I'm sure. You're probably sucking them with your gummers, huh?
I know. Gummers he ever had, bitch.
Look at that.
Look at those disgust wannabe fat fuck. Look at the stuff. Cute.
Why did you get a flask at home?
Because I brought it to the bar with me. Because, like I said, I'm having financial problems. I'm not afraid to talk about it.
Oh my god.
And going to the bar helps though.
What'd you say?
Going to the bar helps your financial problems.
No, actually, my dad offered for me to go to the bar and pay for me.
Sorry.
Why is she laughing?
Yes.
She must have failed the tooth that didn't fall out all the way.
Your dad bailed you out, you fucking fat fucking heifer.
Oh, what are you? If I'm a fat heifer, have you looked in the mirror?
Actually, I look a lot Oh my god, I have to look at that so cute.
You have no teeth, you have no hair, you have fake eyebrows, go cover your face.
Look like your eyebrows
Nasty. Nasty.
And your boyfriend doesn't know what to say. Ooh, that
gob on a knob.
I do. Every night.
And I drive
that one.
Nasty.
Bigger than yours.
What's bigger than mine? Well,
my husband's dick
I
is
didn't
bigger
hear
than
you.
yours. Bigger than yours.
Almighty Look at these. called brush
Oh,
your
go
teeth.
through. They'll be out in
Brush
5
your
minutes.
teeth,
Don't worry.
nasty ratchet.
Don't worry. Don't worry,
Brush
you fucking
your teeth.
fucking cow.
Brush your teeth.
Oh, suck a dick.
Ratchet.
Fucking cow.
Ratchet.
Suck a dick.
Are you wearing a choker?
I will.
Tony.
You're
Hi,
so
Tony.
nasty. Look at you.
Is she wearing a choker?
I don't know. She's fucking gross. Have you seen her profile picture? She don't look like that.
No, but
She
looks
lies.
nasty right
She
now.
lie. A lie.
At least I'm not 300 pounds. That's all.
Does that mean Tony's gonna be a friend of the
You
show?
Oh my god, I can't wait for a reunion. I'm flat down on this bitch.
Oh no, for real? Because on that he's
can't wait
fucking
to meet you in person.
fucking
I
cow.
feel great. I can't
You're
wait.
right.
You're
Mom
gonna
will
be
knock
scared.
your teeth out.
Because I'm gonna
Stupid
fucking
cow.
plow you. You don't even know who you're fucking with.
Let's see that. Let's see that. What you got to say, cow? Let's see what you got.
Oh,
Let's see what you
I'm
say. Oh, that's right. You won't be able to afford making it. Sorry about that.
Okay. Look at real.
Keep
Fake.
covering the camera.
She keeps covering the camera. She don't want people to see her gums. Look at her.
Go down.
Let me be talking about
I
your
don't
mom.
even
Sorry
care.
about that.
Listen, Marcus, as I was saying, if you don't come at me, I won't come at you. No problem, babe. But you come at me, I'm gonna come at you tenfold.
I mean, your only ammo against me is stuff that has fucking nothing to do with the show and season 1 storylines. So it shows
Exactly,
you weak.
but what is
You're
Tony-
unimaginative.
But what is Tony's
you're
reunion thing? What is Tony's
kinda
reunion
dumb.
thing? Season 1, dear. If you don't want me to come at you about season 1 shit, don't come at me about my
I
man.
mean,
season
reunion's
1
still
shit.
pretty relevant right now, given it hasn't even aired yet.
I didn't hear you. What did you say?
Relevant? It's pretty relevant, given it hasn't even aired yet.
Yeah, well, no, it's not relevant. This is season 2. That was season 1. If you don't want season 1 brought up, don't bring up my shit, okay?
Fair point.
Shit's intense. Like, you know, I feel like with the first season, everyone was new to it. Everyone was like kind of new to everything, and like it took us a while to warm up to each other and like kind of get into things. But this season, everyone's out for fucking blood. You have Marcus, who is like starting off out for blood. SB, who's like a little bit like, she's kind of like not around, and then she pops in and it's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then she's not around, then she pops in and she's like, what the fuck? So there's that. Annie's kind of been chilling. Like, because she's kind of in, like, Annie's kind of like me right now. She's kind of like looking back at all this craziness, like, what the fuck? Like, we have some fucking crazy ass motherfuckers in. We have like Meg, who's chill. You have Melissa, who is incredibly unstable. I'm kind of afraid to piss her off again, if we're being honest. But she seems like one of those people who is all about like, I'm gonna throw shit at you, but I'm gonna freak the fuck out and play victim, like, if you throw shit back at me. Kind of like Leslie. I like to call her like a Leslie, Alfie, like, combination. Like, it's kind of like Leslie and Alfie had a baby, maybe. So there's that. Saleana and Antonio joined last minute, which is exciting. I like Saleana and Antonio. I'm kind of like shocked that Bryce let Antonio join a project after he like bailed on the reunion last minute. I understand the whole like having money problems thing. Funny how the one who was talking about my finances was the one who had money problems and couldn't afford the reunion. But no tea, no shade, but actual shade. But I don't know. It was like, but on a serious note, like, I understand having money issues. I understand that they've got a kid. Who's that? Really fucking adorable, by the way. I love their kid. Like, Teddy is adorable. But it was just the last minute shit, and it was like, it was planned for months and months, and all of a sudden the day of, you're like, oh, hey, like, I can't afford to come. And it's like, what? Like, didn't you know that months ago? But okay. Selena's out for blood. She came right in and said some words for Marcus. And that upset Melissa for some reason. And apparently Melissa thinks everyone's in love with her and Meg and Marcus and Bryce and whoever the fuck is in love with whoever. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? there's a lot fucking going on in this group, and I could like sit here and rant for 20 fucking minutes about the craziness of this group. Like, everyone is out for blood. No one is here to make friends and like make friendship bracelets and like have a good time. Everyone's here to like just fucking murder everyone and then like act like a victim when it gets back on them. So I don't fucking know. I don't know where my place in this group is. Sometimes I want to like do things, and sometimes I'm like, I just want to sit back and watch the madness that is this fucking group. So who fucking knows how things are gonna go. I think that Melissa's gonna end up quitting because, again, she can dish stuff out but she can't take it. Or she's gonna end up killing someone, literally killing somebody, stabbing someone with the actual knife in the actual stomach. So there's that. This is probably like gibberish and nonsense because there's so much going on in my head right now with this fucking crazy ass group that I just keep like throwing things out and I don't even know what to fucking say. Like, we're a bunch of fucking crazy ass motherfuckers, and this season's gonna be absolutely insane. Like, you thought first season was lit? Yo, like, this shit, like, people are fucking coming for people. People are coming for blood, and it is gonna be crazy. So that's like literally all I know. That's all I can say. I don't know. I'm gonna go back in our group chat and see what the fuck is going on. Like, who's freaking out on who now? Who's using the R word as an insult, which Alyssa keeps doing. It's really like not cool. And Saleana and Antonio have a child with Down syndrome, so like it's really not cool to use the R word as an insult around them too. But whatever. Again, craziness. I could go on a rant forever. Pray for me, y'all. Fucking pray for me.
So far, Melissa has managed to fucking argue with everybody. I'm doing the woo-saw. It's not working. I actually have a split with her, which is going to be interesting because she's batshit fucking crazy. I really have tried giving her the benefit of the doubt. Eva, come on. But this girl, every time I turn around, it's like she attacks somebody. Like, she always feels like she's being attacked, I guess. So her way of dealing with that is by calling somebody fat or retarded or whatever the case is. And you can't have a conversation without her making it sexual, which is really gross because, yeah, I'm just going to be nice on that one. Eva, walk. But the whole, ooh, sorry, my dog's making me dizzy as fuck. The whole constantly turning every situation to something sexual. Like, if she doesn't want people thinking she's fucking crazy, stop coming at every fucking body that talks to you. Like, people try and be civil, but then she has something stupid to say. And the second she doesn't agree with you, she wants to argue with you. And she wants to start, oh, I'm throwing hands. Bitch, nobody cares. Like, get over yourself. Jess is back. So, I'm pretty sure those two are going to be besties. Or she'll probably threaten to end Jess's life just like she's fucking threatened everybody else. She's never said shit to me. I don't know how it's going to go when we're face to face. On camera, Eva, for the love of God, dog, walk. So I just got to wait and see how it goes. This week, SB and Marcus got into it, which is weird because I thought they were really cool. And everybody basically is just like, I guess they think Meg's boring, but she's got like her own stuff going on, so I can understand you can only like give so much of your time, but I don't know, it's just gonna be interesting. My life right now, not so great. I am having issues still with my blood. As you see, where I say that my fingers and stuff go numb and they turn white. It's a circulation issue, and it's because my blood is not circulating the way it's supposed to. So once again, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital, which I don't want to do, and try and get another iron infusion and see if that helps. If not, I don't know what the hell they're going to do at that point. Yeah, so we are filing for guardianship of my grandson, so hopefully everything goes smooth with that and quickly. and then we'll be his legal guardians. This, actually, you keep hearing about Eva. This is my dog, Eva. 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 Baby girl. She is a rescue. They have a high kill shelter, and I actually ended up going in, and she was on the list that they were going to kill her that Sunday, and I picked her up Saturday. So we have had her since January. She's like one of the best dogs I've ever had. She's so good, and she's so protective of my grandbaby, so that works out awesome.
Don't talk
I
on her
won't
because
bring it up anymore.
I don't want her.
Hi, man.
Because she got her airtime the episode finale, and I don't want her to be involved in this season at all.
No problem. I'll let it go if you let go of Antonio.
Like, it's not just
That's
me,
him
it's
involved.
her. She's been mad and shit and all that, and I don't want it to be the storyline because it's not fair to her, and I
Okay.
just don't want to fucking deal with it anymore.
are
I
you
don't want to deal with
listening?
her at all anymore.
Okay, Marcus, are you listening?
Yes.
Don't bring up Antonio, and I won't bring up her. Is that a deal?
If Antonio shows up on the camera, I will talk about Antonio.
That's fine.
But
Well, that's
in
fine.
terms of talking, yes, I agree to that.
But he did. Well,
That's
he did.
fine by me. If he shows up in the camera, you have more than all you have to talk shit.
But he
Fine
did.
by me.
No,
I
that's a
won't
fair
bring
deal.
up
That's a
her
fair
lady.
deal. That's a fair deal.
Okay.
Okay, well, you guys seem to be on.
Relevant.
You guys seem to be on a better page. But what about Saleana and Mel?
I don't give a fuck about that toothless cunt. She can go suck a dick with her gummies.
Hocus pocus.
She keeps telling me
Why
fat
I don't
shit
get
bothers
Focus,
me.
focus, he
Are you
says.
gonna show up? Are you gonna show up? Are you gonna show up?
Oh, I'm gonna show up. I've already made plans. I'm gonna show up. You don't even know what you're
Sure you
talking
are.
about.
Sure you are. Sure you are. Sure you are.
Bitch, where do you fucking live? Where do you live?
Or Orange. Can you afford that? Oh no.
Oh,
you
in Florida? Oh, in Florida?
You-
So you don't have to worry about affording it. You can walk your little fucking toothless ass there, right? Yeah. Just fucking wait. I cannot wait. This bitch thinks she's tough and hard. I'll show you fucking hard. You don't even look like your fucking profile picture, bitch.
Okay.
Look at you. You're disgusting. Why would you even agree
Because
to
she gave
something
birth to
like
a
What are you
snake
doing?
fucking
What is
that
this?
fucking X.
What is this?
Your mom?
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, she says your mom.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Of course
It's
it is
something
because you're
new
a
to
fat
come
fucking
at me
cunt.
with. You know what,
Because
Melissa?
you're a fat fucking cunt.
Something new to
Because
come
you're
at me
a
with.
fat fucking
Keep
cunt.
bringing up
Bring
my
it, you
man.
fat
Find something new to come at
Bring
me
it,
with.
you
As far
fat
as I
cunt. Bring it, you fat fucking cunt. Nobody cares. Shut the fuck up. You're irrelevant.
fat fucking cunt.
I thought the hocus
I can't
pocus
wait.
comment was
I
pretty
cannot
funny.
wait.
Oh my
to
God,
hear
Tony, I
watch her
died.
be like 300 pounds and toothless as fuck. I cannot wait.
Doesn't she
I
look
wish
like
I
a girl
weighed
from
300 pounds,
fucking
but
Wait a
I
minute,
don't.
Antonio,
Yeah, she does.
Marcus and I died over that comment. Like, anyway.
It's one of my favorite movies, so.
Well, we'll just move on now.
I
Oh.
cannot. This girl's coming
what
at
is
me
it?
like
Is
something
Tony?
I
Is Tony a
cannot
little boozed
handle.
up too? Is he got a little booze in him?
Who, Tony?
Yes.
What?
I mean, he's got the flash.
I don't think I ever saw him off the booze a single time last season.
Off the booze?
Off the booze. I don't think once you were
Yeah,
all
he
like,
doesn't
funny and
drink
drunk.
much. So. Oh,
Did she
look,
leave?
she
Wait, did
left.
she leave because we laughed about the hocus pocus thing?
Well, that's fucking funny.
Guys.
He looks like the girl that rides the fucking vacuum.
She don't look like her profile picture, so I don't know who the fuck.
Marcus,
She looks different and every time you see her.
Marcus, did you know she did not have teeth? Because I didn't.
No.
We talked to her. I talked to her earlier, and she had.
I
Listen,
was like, whoa.
her
I didn't-
calling me a fat cunt doesn't bother me. I've been called fat my whole life. I'm really not that fat, guys. Like,
I mean, teeth
Oh.
are pricey. I get it, but fuck.
While we're here though, I did not bash Antonio at the reunion.
Okay, I believe you. I'm just letting you know that your father was so like, oh, stick up for him
Dude.
when he was talking shit about Tony. I'm like,
Tony, I wish you could have met him.
Who, Alfie? He
Dude,
looked like a piece of work, bro. And
Dude.
then Bryce was telling me he was groping people. I was like, what?
dude, just
Dude, it was bad.
absolute.
It was
What you
seemed
saw
like
is what you
that-
get.
Like,
bad. It wasn't as crazy.
hey,
I
you're
mean,
very
like, so
sexy.
yeah, that's what he was doing to people, and he was
Well,
doing it to randoms too. Plus,
we
Jack brought a taser.
I really wanted to go. Tony really wanted to go. We had shit set up, but it's like we depended on something that we shouldn't have, and I guess we learned our lesson, right? You only live once.
It was honestly
So-
you guys missed out on a really good time.
I
mean,
really wanted to go. I was
let's
so
first-
down
it was-
because
it- we
watching all
actually-
that shit.
as much as we all hate each other, like we fucking had a fantastic. Like,
Except for nobody got along with Jack.
no, nobody likes Jack.
Obviously.
Well, I have a feeling when I go next season, Melissa is probably gonna get her non-existent teeth punched out.
Well, she's already threatening to knock out Danielle too.
And
Oh
so,
yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the one this time.
It's gonna be a barroom brawl.
Like all I have to say is when we're in chat, if Tony's not involved, don't bring up Tony, and I won't bring up your thing. You know, like I'm cool. I'm down for whatever.
No,
Like,
I appreciate that. So I will share with you the information I learned tonight. Right after you said that stuff, Bryce is giving me a look like I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do it.
I can stop recording.
So I'm drunk. What's new? I'm my father's son. The alcoholic we always knew I was gonna be. I learned tonight that the woman I love, my ex Charlene, as all of you got to witness on the season finale last season, she is pregnant with the man she left me for his child. They've been together for maybe only 4 months, and as everyone knows, she aborted my child when all I ever wanted to do in life was to be a father. Be the father that my father wasn't. Just wanted to be a better guy than he ever was. And my stepfather showed me how to be that guy. So I was ready. When we learned she was pregnant, I was ready. Whether I was ready in terms of financial capability, you know, all that, maybe I wasn't in a great place, but in terms of being a father, I knew what to do. And they are going to have a baby shower here in my town, in my hometown where I live. And I lived with her in Florida, and I loved her, and I love her to this day. I will. Gosh, I imagine the day I do not love her. I hope it comes, but I don't. I don't see it coming. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to think. I'm in shock kinda right now. I don't know what to do. I thought I was over all of this. In season 1, I was so wrapped up in that breakup. And I couldn't get over it. And then finally I was over it. And then tonight, out of nowhere, this news came to me. And I was right back. As if it was the day we broke up. I don't know how to live. I don't know what to do. This hurts so much. It hurts so bad. And Saleana, she joined the cast last night. And right away she gets into the abortion stuff. And I couldn't get over it. And then finally I was over it. And then tonight, out of nowhere, this news came to me. And I was right back. As if it was the day we broke up. I don't know how to live. I don't know what to do. This hurts so much. It hurts so bad. And right away she gets into the abortion stuff. And at the same time, literally, as she's talking about the abortion, which was the whole topic of conversation last season, all of a sudden I learned she's pregnant again. My ex is pregnant, and she's keeping it. She's keeping it with... So the guy she is seeing now, the guy whose baby she's pregnant with, I grew up with him. His mother babysat us for the first large chunk of my life. And what do I do? How do I handle this? I mean, just when I thought my life was going really well, I don't know what to do. I hurt so bad. I hurt really, really bad right now. And as much as I want to cry, the tears won't come. They won't come. And I think it's because I drank. I drank a lot. I've become my father's son. The one thing I never wanted to be. And now I'm my father's son. The person I hated so much for most of my life growing up, and now here I am. His goddamn fucking spawn. It's fitting, I guess. Guess it's fitting that, given all the shitty things I've done in my life, that I'd become the one thing I never wanted to be. And that's my father. Maybe it's a sign that I should reconnect with him. It's not gonna give me a kid, though. It's not gonna change the fact that she's gonna have a kid with this guy. I don't know what to do. I was finally so good. I was over all of this. I was well beyond the nightmare that Charlene Perez Noble left me in. But here I am, trapped in the nightmare of Charlene Perez Noble. There's no doubt in my mind that I still love her. I know I was at fault. I know I was the problem. I know I had everything to do with our split. But so we got the abortion. She did it. And she did tell me, like, I'm never going to do it again. But it's only 4 months later. It's only 4 months later. I'm not okay.
I just want to take a second to talk about this douchebag, Marcus. I don't know exactly what his problem was, but he wanted to like call me out in front of the entire group last night and expose the fact that I may be interested romantically in the new girl of our group, Meg. And yeah, I did say that to him. I completely own that. I completely own the fact that I did say that. But I'm curious, like, why? Like, what is the motive of Marcus for coming after me? Like, and then at the same time, he wants to say that, like, I'm, like, his best friend. Like, in what world are him and I best friends? Like, 2 seconds before he said that, he's, like, fronting me in the chat and, like, exposing some private information that I told him. So I'm really, like, confused as to, like, is that what best friends do? I mean, Danielle and I have been best friends for like 10 years, but is that what best friends do? Best friends don't do that. And let's talk about Marcus, because Marcus is interested in the married woman of the group. Marcus is interested in Mel. So, I mean, does he want me to expose that? Should I tell everybody how Marcus told me that Mel and him had a drunken conversation where they both expressed their romantic interest for each other? Ooh, I don't think that'll go over very well, but maybe if he keeps wanting to call me out in the group and expose my personal information, I will do the same for him. I will return the favor, because best believe, Marcus, this is not the Marcus Rogers Show. This is not Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. This is Bryce Cameron's playground, and you are just living in my world, okay? And just disgusting. And we want to talk about, like, the fact that he's so desperate to kind of get, like, some sort of, like, importance in our group. Like, him and Esperanza both even, like, they're so thirsty for a storyline. It's disgusting. Like, they'll do anything. Like, none of it's organic when it comes to the two of them. They just sit there and they call everybody out trying to get a reaction, like they're some, like, pathetic shock jocks. And how far is that really going to get you? It's not getting you very far with me. You don't want to play with me because I have no problem putting both of you on blast. I've never thrown either of you under the bus before, but best believe there's a first time for everything, and everything just might be coming a lot sooner than the two of you think. So we're gonna talk about Mel.
Yeah.
Dear God. Like, I can, like, pulling my ear because I'm, like, nervous. I just realized I do that. So
Giving away secrets.
yeah. Well, actually, I think it was Mel who called it out a few days ago on a chat. Whatever. But anyway, I'm nervous. So last night was something. It was a process. I spent till 3 a.m. trying to get her to. I'm not really sure what my goal was. It was like.
I quit.
She did delete everyone, including me. And then it wasn't even her producer, but one of the producers was like, yeah, like, we will sue her because production is allowed to do that now because this says in the thing about production. But anyway, and I was like, okay, well, like, I'll get her back. So she added me back, but she is very against everyone except for but I did bring Jessica in, and Jessica likes her, so.
Yeah, but I mean, how much credibility does that bring you?
Yeah, but, like, not to us it doesn't, but I feel like to her, like, it would mean a lot to have somebody.
Oh yeah.
She's already kind of mad at me because she thinks that, like, the way that I approached her tonight, that, like, I was siding with everybody else. I was like, actually, the way I approached it, I started off being pretty neutral until you took it super personally, and then I started directing it at you. I was like, I told Deb and Kanye
with her. Like,
yeah. She's like, everybody's going to think that you're attacking me with them. I was like, actually, no, I'm pretty sure everybody can tell that I'm being more of, like, a mediator. I'm not attacking you. I'm not being harsh. And then Marcus said what he did, and she completely dropped off of me,
So that was something, the Marcus thing.
Yeah.
What do you think of this?
I think that was a little too far. Especially knowing that, since he knows that she's already, like, really highly emotional and volatile, like, I think that was crossing a line.
That's such an understatement.
I feel like there's a bunch of things on, like, the previous season that, you know, are pretty explosive in terms of, like, what Marcus has said, so.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of, like, expect stuff when you, like, walk into things like this.
I honestly barely interact with him in there because I don't even want his, like, attention on me, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
Okay, so we'll give both of my opinions here because there's, like, two sides of me. So the personal human being side of me says, Marcus, like, that's horrible. Like, as you saw, I told him, like, that was not cool. Like, you saw my message I sent him. And I think it was not okay. I would have never done it. I've never have done it on here, never will. I think it's not cool. And then there's the part of me who's like, okay, it's totally far. However, if we were not doing a digital show and it was out in the world and there was just cameras following us, there wouldn't be a Bryce Cameron to, like, step in and be like, hey, you can't say that. Like, it would just be like this, like, interaction. Like, he felt that, so he said it, and it's there, and it happened, and then we deal with it somehow. Yeah. And there's no way to not deal with it. Like, for example, like, say Jersey Shore or something. Say, like, if Snooki told JWoww, like, something about killing herself, and they're, like, there, it was captured, it happened, there's nobody to be like, hey, I'm in my group chat. Let me message my group chat and be like, hey, you can't say that ever again. Like, it's bad. Because I do think it's bad. But, like, no one really cares, like, 100% like what I think. Like, they really don't. Like, I mean, not to an extent they do. But, like, I just feel like at the same, she also has threatened it a couple times or alluded to it a few times prior to this. And I think that it's weird. It's almost like the self-fulfilling prophecy where, like, she is, like, making herself, like, look worse and making everybody else.
I think those suicide sites are something I probably skimmed over because usually I'm sleeping when all those happens and I'm like, I'm not reading through 300 messages.
I don't blame you.
So I haven't really seen that. But like if that's what she's doing, then she's kind of opening herself up for somebody to say something to her about it. If she's sitting there threatening to kill herself because of what's going on, she can't expect somebody to not say.
I've personally seen it like either 2 or 3 times. I will tell you that tonight in the group, I just bit my tongue. I will tell you that tonight in the group chat was not the first time that I had heard that her and Marcus had this, like, weird situation happening.
Yeah, I never heard about, like, her having feelings for him. I know that, like, I've heard about him having them for her, but that's...
What?
I saw his... I did see a message from him where he was telling her that he wasn't interested in her.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I don't know how true this... Like, I heard something
when
else.
I was asking
like
her for, like, the
bombshell.
screenshots, it was that morning that she had been up all night during one of the explosive episodes, so she wasn't really speaking very well English in the morning. So I was asking her, and she just kept speaking like little fragments, and I'm just like, oh, okay, you need to go to sleep. And then she ended up going to sleep, and then was talking normal again.
Wait, hang on. What do you have to do?
I was saying, I feel like that's how it is after, like, you fight with her normally. It's like she's there for a hot second, and then it's like spewing like nothing, and then she's like, I'm making clear, valid points, and I'm just like.
Well, like, at that point, it wasn't even like nothings, because it wasn't even ramblings. It was literally like 2 or 3 words. So
and
it
you
wasn't
had no
even...
idea what was going on. Like...
Yeah, I didn't. I had literally just woken up. I hadn't even had my coffee yet, and I'm like, what? Marcus is saying he loves you. What? The other one loves what? Yeah. It was odd.
Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. So, like, I feel like I'm not supposed to say this, but I know something, and I don't know, like, how, like, confidential this is. But I heard, I'm gonna get killed for this. I heard that she showed Marcus her boobs.
Oh, really?
Doesn't she have a husband?
See, she never told me that. Like, she says she's like, I'm such her best friend, but she's not telling me what she's doing, apparently. Like, I'm just hearing about how Marcus is loving her.
I know that they disappeared into a private conversation between the 2 of them on camera. Or not on, I guess it wasn't on camera. We weren't filming, but, like, it was the 3 of us, and then I left.
Yeah, she told me they had a private video chat, but, like, I didn't really get a whole lot of details out of it.
I heard it was something like she was unhappy in, like, her thing, in her current, like, and I'm being serious because I have no reason to make this up. I heard, like, and I don't know the validity of this, but I heard that she said something about being unhappy in her marriage or something, and that, like, Marcus, she wanted to save Marcus, like, she felt like he needed her, or something like that.
Marcus does not seem like the person who would respond so well to somebody saying.
He didn't
at
all. And he said he was telling her to, like, stay away from him, and, like, I did see those messages where he was like I don't want you to, like, talk to me, like, go away.
I saw those messages.
Wow.
So I don't know, like, it's a little strange and it's a little uncomfortable. Like, their whole dynamic is weird.
But, like, I've asked her for, like, what the screenshots of what she was trying to tell me was, and she just kept kind of avoiding it.
Right.
There's screenshot?
Wow.
No, yeah, well, I was trying to find, like, screenshot. I thought it was, like, text messages and stuff, too, so I was trying to say, like,
but, like,
something. I was like, did he say it in chat? Did he say it in video?
There are conversations between them, so, like, I don't... Danielle just messaged me saying Marcus went too far, but, like, and I agree, but, like, at the same time, the other thing what I said was, that I was going to say before I forget, is that Marcus is a douchebag. However, Marcus is not responsible for her being unstable, and she did. When she signed this, I was under the impression that I didn't know that there was like all of these issues when she signed the contract. So I was under the impression that she was like in a stable mental place, because there's literally a part in there that says like, I agree, like I'm in a stable like psychological, and that.
Yeah, well, that's why when I said what I did in the chat, I was just like, we signed this. We said we were going to be able to take what's coming at us and not like lose our shit over it. Like, yeah, Marcus is right. We need emotion to be real. We can't completely keep our emotions out of it, but at the same time, you can't take it personally. Like, it's kind of like a good roasting session. You're going to get heated. You're going to get pissed in the end, but like, you can't take it super personal.
Situation was dropped. And it was diffused, and we were moving on. There were other people having conversation. Other people were like going back and forth, and she came back into the chat and like brought up the situation about her. And I felt like that is where the situation last night went extra left, because I felt like, and I said this to her, I said, like, we had moved on the conversation quietly, and like the heat wasn't on you, which you say that's not what you don't want it on you. So I mean, like, why would you bring it back up? Because now it's gonna like that's what people mean by like victim, because Leslie did this last season where like it would not be about her anymore, but she would constantly bring up like, I did this is happening to me, I did this is happening to me.
It's kind of like a mix between Leslie and Jess, because it's like she's in the middle of everything and she's playing victim.
Someone said that in her opinions. They called her Jess number 2. I'm not gonna lie, Jessica was brought back specifically to be like a friend to Melissa. Well, I didn't say that to Jessica, but excuse me, I knew that Jess would immediately like be her friend, because Jessica hates Marcus on such a level.
Honestly, like right now, I think we're still pretty close. Like, she has been there a lot for me. Like, we don't, because we met through Facebook through our mom's group, but she lives out in Daytona and I'm more closer to Orlando. Mm-hmm. So we don't see each other very often. We've only actually met a handful of times, but like, she's been really supportive through a lot of shit that I've been through. She's had my ear for a lot of the shit that she's going through. So we've been like emotionally supportive. But like now I think so far it's still good. She was pretty hurt by like me not immediately taking her side earlier tonight. Yeah. But I think we diffused that.
I cannot help but like see the similarity between you guys and then Annie and Leslie last season. Like, it's like weird. Like, they met in a Facebook group. Like, then like Annie didn't immediately take Leslie's side, and like their friendship, well, I don't want to like be negative, but like they're not friends anymore. But
honestly, I'm kind of seeing a new side to Melissa, because like I said, like usually when I see her, we're pretty chill, and like, because I'm more of a chill person, because I get so much fucking psychos and dramas in my life that like when it comes to my personal stuff, I'd like to just relax and just not go crazy. And
you and Saleana are good, right, Antonio?
Good about what? Like
in general, like good as a couple, like right now?
Yeah, why?
Well, because for some reason this show seems to like have like this like just destroys like relationships.
Kind of started talking to with the like no strings attached thing, just feeling things out, and then ended it. And he was not accepting the fact that I was ending it. We thought we could stay friends, and he wanted more. Nope, didn't accept the fact that I didn't want more. So Thursday got really heated. He kept like blocking me, kept chasing after me, wouldn't let me walk into my own house pretty much. And then yesterday I wake up to notes stuck under my windshield from him. Like, he's been blocked, and hopefully now he gets to that point, but it's kind of weird having somebody just like pretty much try to force you to stay with them, and then he's blowing up my phone and then leaving messages on my car in the middle of the night. And then to top it all off, Mel is completely MIA now. She, I think, hates me because last night there was some arguments going on in the chat, and she was flipping out on everybody. And I told her that nobody can use their traumas. Like, all of us have been through a lot of shit. She's an abuse survivor. I'm an abuse survivor. Everybody has had their own shit going on. People had terrible things happening to them on the last season, and they didn't let it get in the way of their filming. And I told her that we can't be using our traumas as a crutch. And she flipped out on me. She started thinking that, like, I'm attacking her when the entire time I was trying to remain neutral, letting her know that we need to not take things personally. This is just everybody interacting. And now she's just ignoring me. She won't answer any of my texts. And she thinks that I'm attacking her and that everybody thinks I'm siding with them, when really nobody thinks that I was attacking her. Nobody thinks that I was siding with anyone. I was literally just telling her she needs to stop flipping out on everybody and stop playing the victim card, as everyone else saying, you don't know what's going on in my life. You don't know what this is going on. Yeah. But you signed an agreement saying that you're not going to let this affect you. That you're going to not let your personal life affect the show, and she's letting it affect the show. And she's been MIA all day, and while she was worried about it affecting our friendship, or about me letting it affect our friendship, I'm kind of worried she's the one who's going to let it affect our friendship. Because she's already thinking I'm attacking her just because I'm not blindly defending her. But hopefully she comes back and everything settles down. But I guess we'll see how that goes.
Melissa's not here. She's not coming, obviously. I'm assuming that she will try to say, like, some sort of elaborate, like, excuse to try to explain her absence. But I mean, I think her absence is pretty obvious. Like, she's afraid of everybody, afraid of Saleana, afraid of you.
Which is stupid. Like, if you talk all that shit and you can run your mouth and you can threaten this person, that person, but you can't even fucking... And then for her to sit there and talk about, oh, I don't talk. I'm all about action. Then where are you?
I need her to stop, like, threatening to, like, physically harm people. It's, like, a lot. That's another thing. You can't be upset, like, that people, like, say stuff to you and then, like, you're, like, threatening to, like, bodily harm. It's, like, intense.
And that's what I brought up. And I was like, every time somebody comes at you and you don't agree with them, I'm going to fuck you up, or you want to insult them about their weight or whatever the case is, or you just go, like, batshit crazy. But you can give it. But the second it comes down to fucking tanking it, you start shaking like a fucking chihuahua and you back down. Like, and then you want to get mad because people call you weak. That's fucking weak.
Did you guys read what Meg just said?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
She has contacted her husband.
She said what?
That she just contacted her husband.
She contacted Melissa's husband. I'm, like, scared that, like, their whole, like, family's gonna come, like, murder me because I don't live that far away.
Oh, that's right. They're in Florida. Oh, fuck. You start getting letters outside your house. Show up your house like the Purge.
Oh my god, that's so scary. I mean, Saleana, what do you think of her? Like, you guys have gone at it a few times now.
Listen, I don't even, like, she doesn't, I go at it with her because she's so easy to get upset, and, like, she says shit to me, and all I have to say is one little thing, but she's a fucking nutcase. She loses her shit.
And I guess that sums it up.
The whole point is, I don't understand why she gets so mad when she fucking comes in there saying that she's mentally unstable. Then what the fuck are you getting mad about when people call you on it?
It's an interesting, I feel bad for Meg, because I feel like Meg had no idea that her friend was this much of, like, a crazy.
But what did we say? We also said that friendship was going to go to shit quick.
I am not going to lie. There are some, like, eerie parallels between them and then you and Leslie.
I've been through things that could kill other people. Yeah, everybody has shit. Everybody's been through stuff. Like, you're not... And
her story is, like, annoying.
Yeah, and I told her, I was like, look, you can either let that shit control you or you can get over it and move on. But using it as a fucking crutch nonstop, that shit gets old.
Like that's the whole thing. Like, Saleana coming at her has nothing to do with... She's not coming at her because she got beat up by some guy a long time ago, or she's not coming at Melissa because she was hit by a motorcycle, or because the doctor molested her, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. According to her, when she got hit by the motorcycle, she was getting checked out by a doctor, and he started, like, rubbing on her and, like, kissing her forehead or some shit. and she felt uncomfortable, so she didn't have the surgery that she needed for her knee. Okay.
What do you mean? Like, this sounds like some pathological lion shit.
Yeah, it's.
I did see that there's a GoFundMe for her though. To help pay for her medical bills from her sepsis.
She had sepsis?
Apparently.
Maybe she's one of the people who like scams people for money. GoFundMe. I have this, and I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah, and then they're rocking a Beamer. Fuck.
I also, like, if she's that upset about, like, people talking about her teeth, I don't know what made her answer the call the other night, like, while she had no teeth in.
How are you going to get mad when you open your mouth and say shit, and then when people talk about it, then you want to get mad? You open the fucking door.
Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting because she went on this whole thing about how she realized that Danielle had, like, a lot of issues with her weight, so she wasn't going to ever go low like that again with her. And then she literally instantly brought up Saleana's weight. Like, it was the weirdest thing ever, because I was thinking, like, I was there when you can't have it where nobody can ever bring up anything that you have wrong with you or anything you've gone through, but you can go down to everything. Like, she full well, Saleana was like, don't use this word, and she was like, I'm gonna use it every time. I don't care. Like,
yeah. And then even Meg was like, dude, as my friend and out of respect, and she was just basically like, fuck you, I'm gonna say it anyways.
Right. And it's like, I don't know. And, like, honestly, I didn't feel that bad for her with the Marcus stuff, because I felt like Marcus is not responsible for the fact that Melissa's unstable.
No.
And she's going out, she was telling Saleana to go die and all of that. So how is that any different than Marcus, what he said? I don't know if you knew that, but, like, she was telling Saleana to go die and stuff on cam.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like she's the biggest hypocrite I've ever met.
Yeah, it's like, and my whole thing, like I told her yesterday, and she was like, I will never defend Marcus again, blah, blah, blah. I was like, Marcus doesn't
ask her to
defend him. Nobody ever asked you.
So
you put yourself in that position, and you got into it. And she was like, no, I was part of it. How, bitch? You weren't even in it.
No, let me tell you how that went down, because she was in my DMs, like, crying. She was like, I'm crying. I can't handle it. Like, I need to help Marcus. How can I help you? Like, please let me help. And not nonstop. Literally nonstop the night that Marcus and Saleana were like, going at it. And it was so annoying. So I'm like, okay, let's just get this on cam, like, whatever. And she kept interjecting into the fight with Saleana and Marcus, and was like, and I think that's where you got annoyed, right? Because she just kept, like, sticking her nose where it didn't belong, really.
Yeah, well, what happened was, like, I'm trying to talk to Marcus, and she's like, oh, well, how can you say this and that? Like, I don't even remember what she said. It was like, wah, 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 like, just kept going and going. I'm like, oh my God, dude, shut the fuck up.
That's the problem. She needs to hop off his dick because he's not interested, and she's butthurt, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And she thought that by kissing his ass and trying to defend him, he would, like, back up off of her. She don't know Marcus. And she's like, oh, he was hurting. He was in a bad place. Bitch, you don't even know him. Like, not everybody's fucking unhinged like you are.
Right. And that's what I said.
Marcus attacks everybody and anybody he fucking pleases. You don't get fucked.
I agree. And that's what I, like, was saying to people last night when I went on that very, very, very long rant in the chat. I was just like, if you don't like how Marcus, like, is so volatile, or you don't like how Meg is boring, you don't like whatever, like, don't interact with those people. Like, you can seek a storyline with someone else. Like, it's not that hard. Like, if you don't want Marcus to come for you, don't constantly be in Marcus's messages or, like, saying stuff to Marcus. SB's literally, like, she's like, it's so weird because she's got all this bark, but, like, literally, like, nobody. And I'm starting to feel like the reunion Esperanza might even be the real Esperanza, like, the Esperanza who sits there and is passive. It might not be. It might be like a facade, like her being a firecracker.
I don't know. Like, I know, like, when we hung out at the airport, she was cool as fuck when we hung out. Like,
right, no, she's really cool.
She was, like, laid back as chill. We were, like, laughing the whole fucking time, just lunching on people. But I don't know. Like, a lot of times she comes in really late at night, and I'm usually in a coma by then. So I find out everything at 1:30 in the morning when I get up and everybody's finally going to bed. I find out what happened. So I'm like the last one to know anything. So I don't know.
Right, I know. I made that comment the other day. Like Annie and Meg are gonna be like, "Wow, I always miss the good fights."
And that's exactly what I said. As soon as I was like, why do I always miss the good shit?
That's so funny. She's just like such a, oh my god, I don't know. Melissa is the biggest nutcase. I'm trying to think what else is going on with everybody else in there. What do you guys think of Jess making a return?
Well, I know she just lost her bestie, I guess, because I mean she was really quick to be like all about Melissa when she got there. Like they were gonna be booze and buzz.
Fake.
Yeah, that didn't last long. Like, well, that was.
I knew that was gonna happen. I literally like knew the second Jessica came back into our group that she was gonna be like up Melissa. I knew that was gonna happen. That's exactly what I told.
And you know why? And it comes down to it because she knows all the fights were between Marcus and Melissa, and then it would be her being able to argue with Marcus again.
Or with somebody, just for her to be relevant. She had to find somebody to be behind. They'll bark for her, and she can sit there and bark as little as possible. And
then she tried to come for Marcus, and he was just like, ignored her. Like, completely.
Yeah. I was surprised to see how hard Danielle was coming at
Jess
when Jess got in there. Like, she didn't even say anything to me privately about how she was going to do that. So I was just, like, shocked in the chat to see her being that upset.
Yeah, well, but I can understand it because the whole, and I agree, the whole situation was shady. And just, like, the excuses and stuff, we all discussed that before, it was shady. So she called her out on it. You know, Danielle is pretty much, for the most part, quiet, but if she's got something on her mind, she's going to say it. And it was bugging her, and she made it clear. And Jess was like, I'll take that. But after the excuses, and it was just kind of like, okay, whatever.
And I do get why she's a little annoyed, because it's not an isolated incident with Jessica, because Jess has this history of like, oh, I left my phone in someone's car for 2 days, or it was on the subway, and then it got transferred to somewhere else, and it was just like all these crazy stories. Every time that he is on her, like in such an intense way, somehow like something goes wrong, which is what's happening right now with Melissa the Coward.
Yeah, it was the same thing with the tribes. Remember, it was for a week. Oh, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna have our split. Blah blah blah.
Or she's gonna like expose you.
Yeah, and then she was a no-show, and I was like, okay.
That like ruined her credibility, because she has literally at this point, like, she's never ever came forward with anything. So I mean, that made her look really stupid.
I was just like,
it made it look like she had nothing.
I was like, go ahead, say what you gotta say.
I'm going to address all y'all's fucking bullshit right fucking now, okay? Y'all can suck a dick, straight up, don't give a fuck. You think I'm unstable and I'm this drug user, or used to be a heavy drug user. No, dude, you don't know what the fuck I've been through. It has nothing to do with fucking drugs either. Nothing that I'm going through has to do with drugs, okay? So how about you just kind of fuck off? Maybe you just die or something, because I really don't give a fuck about any of y'all acting like this shit. Y'all got something to say? Like, this is fucking pathetic. It is really fucking pathetic. And you act like I can't bring it? I have been bringing it. So suck a fucking dick. Now, I get to say, I say shit, and y'all got something else to say to me constantly, and then act like, you know, a victim about it. But then I'm the victim. I'm acting like the victim. Okay. Now, I'm addressing things that are bullshit and you don't have a right to fucking say. When you're gonna come at me about my appearance, bitch, you're gonna get the same shit right back, okay? And then you wanna go and cry about it and keep going and going and going, and then you wanna keep pushing fucking buttons, okay? And you can't be an adult. Saleana, you can't be an adult? You don't know how to just drop shit like I tried to multiple times last night, and you kept running your mouth? And I told you to just back the fuck up off of me altogether? I did, didn't I? Right? But you still said you were gonna come for me. Oh, you stopped talking shit about my mouth. Big fucking deal, dude. You still continue to run your mouth because you're a piece of fucking shit, dude. Fuck all of you. Done. Don't give a fuck what you think of me. And no, I don't want to fuck Marcus. Okay, so seriously, you guys really, your opinions are shit. Total fucking shit.